1989 was a banner year for the Cheshire High School Rams. Coach Steve Adazio's team won the Housatonic League title with a perfect 10-0 record and were just edged out 16-15 by Glastonbury in the state's Class LL playoff game. Now the Rams have opened the 90s on the right foot with successive wins over Amity and Brantford. Seymour coach Paul Sponheimer is hopeful that his Wildcats will return to the winning form they showed in their opening game against Shelton. Last weekend, Seymour committed 8 turnovers in losing to Derby 33-8. The Wildcats possess the offensive capability to light up the scoreboard with players like quarterback Pete Del Toro, running backs Billy Brooks and Dave Dewey, and receiver Sonny Szynski. From McClary Field in Cheshire, it's Seymour against Cheshire in a key Housatonic League matchup on Valley Cablevision's High School Football Game of the Week. Hello again, everyone. Ed Clements, Buddy Chernovitz from McClary Field in Cheshire. Buddy, Cheshire Rams, the last couple of years, they've gone to the wishbone. They've used the wishbone exclusively, out of the bone, pretty much in their first 2 games this year.
Out of the bone into what is called a freeze option, fullback holding the midline and then trying to run the option with the quarterback and pitch man, and it's been a successful offense for them in their first 2 games.
We have speculated the fact that one of the reasons they're out of the bone, the fact that before the season began, they lost star running back Alex Horton.
Alex Horton was a quality football player. He took an awful lot out of that offense, but to the credit of the Cheshire Rams, they've been able to come in with a starting fullback and tailback that have kept that offense moving, and they really haven't missed him that much and been able to win 2 football games without him.
Now, on the other hand, the Seymour Wildcats, 8 turnovers, count them, 8 turnovers against the Derby Red Raiders. Wildcats cannot play that kind of football and expect to defeat Cheshire.
Can't play that kind of football anywhere and be successful. 8 turnovers, certainly the Cheshire football team is aware of that, and they know that they're not going to see the Seymour Wildcats turn it over 8 times tonight.
All right, you've seen both teams. What do you think?
I think it's a toss-up, and it's going to be a great football game. The edge I would give to Seymour because I think they can move the ball a little bit better than the Cheshire Ram, but it'll be a toss-up.
And we'll be right back with the opening kickoff right after these messages. Welcome back, everyone, and week number 3 coming up on our Cable 10 Sports Valley High School Football Game of the Week. Cheshire Rams 2-0 on the season, and Seymour with the 1-1. Buddy, I would think a pretty pivotal game if they want to stay early on in this Housatonic League race.
More so for Seymour than it is for Cheshire because Cheshire has Derby and they can control their own destiny, but the Wildcats have played Derby last week, and Derby is going to stay in contention all year, and they're going to have to stay up with them. So loser of this football game, if it is the Wildcats, are going to be in trouble if they want the Housatonic League title.
Back deep for Cheshire, Corey Little, Devon Lutz, and Don Bonalio. Football to Lutz. And Lutz brings it across the 30-yard line, close to the 35-yard line. Let's take a look at that Cheshire Ram offense.
Cheshire is going to depend heavily on Bonalio, their tailback, fullback. He'll alternate at both positions. Shanley's done an excellent job for them at quarterback. A fine offensive line for them.
First down at the 34, underway from McClary Field in Cheshire. Give inside to the fullback, loose ball, and the Wildcats have it. Falling on the football, number 21, Scott Primavera.
Ball just squirmed loose as he comes on this freeze option. There's the fullback. He doesn't really have it as he comes through, and the ball is going to get knocked out of his hands. Right there, he starts to lose it, and then he's going to get hit again. Right here, an arm comes in, knocks the ball loose. Primavera is going to get on top of it, and it's going to be Connors credited with causing that fumble. Big turnover inside the 50, around the 42-yard line for the Wildcats as they take their first possession.
And the Cats are in business in Cheshire territory. Peter Del Toro. Dewey trying to get outside, unable to do so after a pickup of about a yard on the play down to the Cheshire Ram 40-yard line. Let's take a look now at that Seymour offense.
Seymour again with Brooks and Dewey in the backfield. An excellent line across the front. Larkins, Connors, Anderson done a great job inside. And the Wildcats are ready to go, 2nd and 10 here.
Wildcats in their basic offensive set, 3 wide receivers. The fullback is Brooks, the tailback is Dewey. The quarterback is Pete Del Toro. Back to throw is Del Toro, near side. Has a receiver out there. It is caught, a completion deep in Cheshire territory. Dave Solkonicki.
Solkonicki's going to come from the backside, just cross the field on a little bit of a bootleg pattern. Del Toro comes out, hits him in full stride at the 10-yard line. Excellent throw catch from Del Toro to David Solkonicki. Great job. You see him go down, number 12, right at about the 10-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 11, 1st and 10 from the 11.
First down for the Cats. Inside handoff. Brooks is the ball carrier for a pick of about 1 down to the 10-yard line. So the Cats on a long pass completion from Del Toro to Solkonicki deep in Cheshire Ram territory. Solkonicki, by the way, in there for the injured Keith Goulet. Let's take a look at that Cheshire Ram defense. You see the football just outside the 10-yard line. Cats have a 2nd down coming up, 2nd and 9. They can get a 1st down without going in for the score. Solkonicki in motion. Del Toro on a deep drop. Throws and overthrows Brooks coming out of the backfield. And so it'll bring up a 3rd and 9 from the 11.
Brooks is wide open as he just fakes through the line. The guard, number 78, Larkin, comes over to protect on the bootleg, and then Peter just throws it over his head. He's wide open. Big play right there for the Seymour Wildcats, unable to convert on that, and it brings up a big 3rd down situation here on this first possession.
Rich Connors is the center to try captain over the football. Out to the left side, Solkonicki along with Scott Primavera. Sonny Szynski out to the right. In motion, that is Billy Brooks. Del Toro into the end zone. Szynski is out there. Incomplete in the end zone, covered by Devon Lutz.
Lutz played Szynski one-on-one. They tried the fade route in the corner of the end zone. Del Toro will just step back, throw the fade as Billy Brooks came in motion, and you'll see Lutz with his back gets his hands up in time right there as he looks at the receiver and gets his hands. Szynski does not hold on to it. Should have made the catch.
So 4th down coming up for the Wildcats, and apparently going for the field goal. They've got a young man, Kip Anderson, who has the distance. And Seymour's going to have to call a timeout, get things organized on offense. Before the game, Buddy had a chance to talk with Coach Paul Sponheimer, and he asked the coach how Seymour responded after being jumped early by Derby last week, and also whether they were ready for Cheshire.
We didn't get jumped early. We got jumped early, often, and all the way through. We just, I hope that nobody's 25-point team better, But, yeah, we got jumped early, and it just kept snowballing on us, buddy. And our kids came out. We worked hard. I'll find out tonight. In coaching, it's real easy to go out and block the same kid you blocked before the Derby game, and you block them as far downfield as you did the week before. But when the time comes, it's going to be right now at 7 o'clock tonight. I'll know how well practice went. But as far as response, when we left the locker room last Sunday, Derby was over with, Cheshire was here, and it's time.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, always an honest assessment by Coach Paul Sponheimer. As you see the Seymour team huddling on their sidelines and now coming back out into the field of play. 4th down, football just outside the 10-yard line. We're just underway from here at McClary Field in Cheshire.
I think it's important for Seymour to put something up on the board. They got the early turnover, brought it down to the 10-yard line. That's where they bogged down right here. And to get 3 points will be something on this drive.
It'll be a 28-yard field goal, and it is wide, however, to the left side. Kip Anderson's field goal attempt, and the Rams will take over at their 20.
The Rams have dodged a bullet on that one, and they'll take back over, as Eddie just said, on the 20.
Buddy, before we never had a chance to show the Seymour defense, so let's put it up right now on your screen, the Seymour defense.
Inside is going to be tested. Delvillis, Jeff Curry are going to see a lot of action along with Foster and Connors at the linebackers on this freeze option.
First down for the Cheshire Rams. The quarterback is Jim Shanley. Gives inside to Benalio. And Benalio picks up about 3 at the center of the line.
Just a straight dive inside with the fullback here. You see the freeze. The quarterback will step back. The fullback runs what we call the midline, just straight ahead, and just tries to break it off of the trap block of the guards.
Corey Little is the tailback. Benalio in front of him. The quarterback is the junior Jim Shanley. 2nd and 7. With the football on the option, that is Shanley running the football. And Shanley gets it close to the 35-yard line.
Jim Shanley is the second part of that triple option. You'll see the fake as they've done this time. The fake to the fullback. Shanley comes out, finds a seam, he turns it up, or he could have pitched. He made the right decision. Picks up a big first down for the Cheshire Ram. Finally dragged down to the ground, but from behind by Connor and company before he picks up a big 14 yards right at the 35.
First down for the Cheshire Rams. First quarter action, Cable 10 Sports, Valley High School football game of the week. Inside handoff to Benalio off the left side. Rich Connors on the tackle for Seymour.
Here it is the opposite way, just a fullback dive. Shanley gives it to Benalio. Benalio picks his way for about 4.5 yards, and you're going to see that all night. The fullback and the quarterback, and pretty soon everybody's going to settle in on the fullback and quarterback, and they're going to pitch the ball on the option. It's an excellent offense, and it's run to perfection by the Cheshire Rams.
Out to the near side, the wide receiver, co-captain Justin Wilkes. 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Shanley, Little, he's going nowhere. Karina meets him first for Seymour.
They come back with the reverse. You'll see the guard 55 for Cheshire, Jason Draper, trying to trap, but no room there as wrapped up by Jeff Courier right at the line of scrimmage. Actually a loss of about a yard, and it brings up a big 3rd down here for the Rams.
High formation for the Cheshire Rams. Shanley looking to throw. Wilkes on a diving reception and a first down in Seymour territory down to the 43 before he's taken down by Scott Primavera.
Justin Wilkes comes off on the fade route. Quarterback is part of this triple is this pass, and Primavera cannot get off the hash in time. You see him run right by the corner, Szynski, and right into that vacated area where Primavera is unable to get over off the hash to make the play. Big reception, another big first down on the 44-yard line for the Cheshire Rams. 2nd possession of the football game. They're moving the ball very well against Seymour.
2 wide receivers, either side of the field. First down at the 44 of Seymour. Shanley inside to Benalio. Benalio down to the 40-yard line where he's taken down there.
Benalio again right off the line of scrimmage. You've got base blocking inside with a little fold block from the off-guard Draper, and they just punch it up into off-guard hole, the 2-hole right to the right side of the center for good yardage.
DJ Salzano now an outside backer for the Wildcats in on the stop. 2nd down, 2nd and 5 with the football at the Seymour 39. Loose ball. Shanley picks it up, rolling with the football, gets down to the 40 and picks up some positive yardage on the play before he's taken down by Rich Connors.
Great presence that time by Jimmy Shanley. The quarterback able to just get the football back after the mistake. The ball is going to come out of his hands right here. As he reaches back, he just loses the handle. Great presence to pick the ball up and then to get positive yardage. Seymour unable to drag him down before he picks up about 2.5 yards. Superb job by Jimmy Shanley at quarterback for the Cheshire Rams.
Football at the Seymour 37-yard line. 3rd and 3. Shanley on the rollout, dumped in the backfield. Stromello.
Cheshire came with the bootleg. Jeff Stromello was able to play off the outside block here by Draper and then to get out into the path of Jimmy Shanley and drag him down for a big loss. The sack goes to Jeff Stromello, the junior. Great job, and it's going to force the Rams into a punt situation.
Benalio will be kicking it off for the Cheshire, rather kicking it away for the Cheshire Rams. gets it off. It's a high punt coming down to Sonny Szynski. Sonny at the 15. Near
Good
sideline.
wall.
Good wall is right. And Sonny slides to the 32-yard line where the Cats will put it on the offense once again. Timeout on the field. Time in for this. Welcome back, everyone. Wildcats have it at their 32-yard line. First quarter action. Dewey outside with some running room. David Dewey, 45-yard line, before he is taken down by Dave Mansfield in the secondary.
We saw Seymour go away from this last week. Early in the game, the fullback tailback blast action with Brooks just kicking out and leading around the corner. Dewey gets a great block on the end, gets outside and downfield for the first down.
There's a timeout on the field, and that gives us an opportunity to go to Buddy's interview with Coach Steve Adazio before the football game. And Buddy asked the third-year Cheshire coach if he was satisfied with his team's progress to date.
Well, you know, I think right now we're healthy. We feel that we got to play more consistent offensive football. We've been fortunate. We're happy we're 2-0, but we're fortunate to be 2-0. We play two good teams, and both games were a dogfight. We're certainly not coming out right now and doing a great job on offense. We're doing what we have to do to win, but we're facing a really good club today, and I believe we're going to have to move the ball and control the ball to be successful here tonight.
First down for the Seymour Wildcats. First quarter action from here at McClary Field in Cheshire. David Dewey stopped after a pickup of 1 yard on the play on the second down. Tom Hines from his defensive tackle spot at the initial hit.
Watch number 73 and 68, Currier leading the block for David Dewey as Dewey tries that cutback. Cheshire does an excellent job defensing it. Brings up a second and about 9 for the Wildcats, their third possession of the football game.
Seymour in their basic offensive set. There you see the three wide receivers. Sokolnicki goes in motion. Second and long. Peter wants to throw. Rolls, throws, has a receiver out there. Billy Brooks for the first down as he gets down to the Cheshire Ram 44-yard line before he stopped there by Mike Farrell.
Great misdirection by the Wildcats as they are bringing both guards. Watch the two guards come to this side, and then 78 Larkin comes back on the bootleg to protect for quarterback Peter Del Toro. Brooks just slides into the flat. He was wide open. We saw that a moment ago. He's wide open again as he picks up a big first down across the 45 to about the 44.5-yard line.
First down for the Seymour Wildcats. Bottom of your picture, that is Sokolnicki and Scott Primavera in motion. Billy Brooks, he is stuck at the line of scrimmage. Eric Leach from his linebacker spot. Big hit.
Eric Leach, who has a pretty big brother playing for the Rangers, just comes up and he just sticks Billy Brooks solid right there. Excellent tackle. He wraps up, drags him down at the line of scrimmage as we come to an end to this first quarter of football. I'm sorry, no end to it. We got a 15-yard penalty. I thought we were changing sides. Did not see the flag, and that's a big 15-yarder against the Cheshire Ram. Another big first down around the 27-yard line.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the call on the field. First down for the Cats. At the 29-yard line, Sokolnicki in motion. Peter Del Toro on the option, running the football. Daylight, 10, 5, and close to the goal line, inside the 5-yard line, goes Pete Del Toro before he's finally taken down by Chris DiPaolo.
DiPaolo comes from his backside end position as they run the option to perfection. Kip Anderson out in front. Del Toro sees daylight as he turns up the field, chooses not to pitch, and look at him scamper down inside the 5-yard line before number 24. And then number 21, DiPaolo gets him, brings him to the ground. Justin Wilkes missed. The Wildcats are inside the 5.
And a first and goal. In motion, Sokolnicki. Billy Brooks off the left side, gets down and slides to the 3-yard line before he's wrapped up there by Jason Draper.
Straight ahead dive play, and they just come off the line solid, and then Brooks tries to drag to the outside. Leach has got a piece of him along with Draper. Both will get credit for that tackle as he's down. Billy Brooks around the 3-yard line. Cheshire taking a timeout. Great drive by the Wildcats here as they've taken the ball after the punt from the 27-yard line and driven it down the field. Big penalty hurt by the Rams, as you see Coach Adazio there as he sent his defensive coordinator out to talk to his football team. They are backed up inside the 4-yard line.
And of course, Cheshire coming into this football game 2-0 in the league with opening successive wins.
Don't say it. Go ahead.
Amity.
All right. Now you're over with it. Yeah, they beat Amity, and then
Brantford.
they came back and beat Brantford last week in a very tough football game. Tough when you say that. Amity. See Coach Sponheimer on the far sideline. His offense has done very well. Their second possession of the football game. They recovered the fumble, got down inside the 10, tried for the field goal. Anderson was wide left, could not convert, and the Wildcats are right back knocking on the door with a 2nd and goal. Right at the 3-yard line.
2 minutes and change left here in the first quarter. Excellent night for high school football. We have really been blessed with some super fall weather.
Beautiful night. As you look right down the line of scrimmage at the Wildcat and Cheshire Ram defense.
Split backs for the Cats. Brooks goes in motion. And Pete Del Toro takes it himself, calls his number, gets down to the 1-yard line. Chris DiPaolo on the tackle for Cheshire.
Straight ahead by quarterback Peter Del Toro as he runs right behind the center, and then he'll break a little bit to his right, close to the goal line. 3rd and goal for the Wildcats as they're back to the ball.
3rd and goal from the 1. Split backs. Pete Del Toro tries to sneak it in. Does he get in? He does. Pete Del Toro, a little bit of second effort. Held that football across the plane. That's all you need to do. 6 points go up on that scoreboard for the Seymour Wildcats.
As we said, it's a great drive as Del Toro just puts his nose in and watches extensions as he reaches over the goal line with that football before his knee comes to the ground. No question about it. An outstanding drive by the Wildcats as they took it in their second possession from their own 27-yard line into the Cheshire end zone.
Kip Anderson will attempt the extra point, and holding will be Del Toro. And he drills it. So the Seymour Wildcats lead it 7-0 in this football game. Before this football game this evening, this field was officially named the David B. McCleary Field in honor of the former Cheshire football and athletic director, who this June of 1991 will be retiring after 35 years as a teacher at the high school.
And I've had the pleasure of knowing David, as you see on the top of the scoreboard, the new sign. He is an outstanding gentleman, an outstanding person, a great educator, and certainly someone who has given much to this community of Cheshire, and it's beautiful that they remember him and honoring this complex, which is an outstanding complex for football, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, and the number of other sports that they have here.
The freshman, Brian Schultz, will be kicking it off for the Wildcats. Seymour leads it 7-0. Late stages, first quarter. Lutz with the football. And Lutz brings it up the center of the field. Good field position for the Rams up to the 47-yard line. Lutz, as a matter of fact, buddy, last weekend against Brantford ran it back for a touchdown on a kickoff.
Yes, and they don't want to kick to this young man. He's got excellent speed. He stays right in the wedge, looks to break outside. Seymour drags him to the ground, not before he's close to the 40-yard line at about the 37, 38-yard line for the Rams as they get their third chance to hold and move the football against the Wildcats.
We'll spot it at the 38-yard line. A minute and change left here in the first quarter. Seymour leads at 7-0. High formation. The quarterback is Shanley. Shanley on the option. Corey Little. Sonny Szynski comes up to make the tackle along with Stramello. Jeff Stramello.
We said that you would see that third part of the option. This time, quarterback Jim Shanley just pitches that football out to the tailback, and Little unable to turn the corner as Szynski and Stramello came up and played that option very well.
Second down, a long 7 for Cheshire. Shanley looking to throw, has a receiver out there, down to the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and in for the score. The touchdown to co-captain Justin Wilkes.
Justin Wilkes just took that fade route and just ran down the sidelines as Scott Primavera came up, played on the corner. There was no one to help behind as you see him on the fake to the fullback to hold the linebackers, and then he just throws a strike down the sidelines and off to the races, untouched into the end zone for a big touchdown as Cheshire comes right back. Justin Wilkes from quarterback Jim Shanley.
And Cheshire's Brady Posick puts it through the uprights. And we are knotted here with 24 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Great throw and catch on the part of the Cheshire Rams as it took them less than 1 minute to get back the 7 points that the Seymour Wildcats had in their drive down the field. Seymour got caught in some kind of problem with their coverage. They've been playing a too deep with Primavera coming off the hash. Possibly Primavera tried to come off the hash and make the interception. If you miss in that situation, it's a home run. There's no one behind to help out, and that's probably what happened as the senior Justin Wilkes just took that ball in stride and went down the field about 60 yards in that throw and catch for the for the Cheshire Rams. Great call by Cheshire in getting themselves even at 7-7 here with 24 seconds left to go in this first quarter of football. Exciting football here from McClary Field.
Brady Posick will be kicking off for the Cheshire Rams. Dewey along with Szynski back deep for the Seymour Wildcats. And Posick is one of the best kickers in the area. And he shows you why as he backs Dewey up inside his 10. Dewey advances the football across the 25-yard line.
Dewey will take it, and he'll come up the middle in the wedge also as Szynski will get in front of him. And then David Dewey, you see Billy Brooks just trying to find an opening. He just tries to get through. His number 7 and 75 for the Rams were on the tackle that time.
Farrell along with Hines.
And Hines both getting credit.
Let's see what the Wildcats can do. Straight handoff to Dave Dewey on the first down carry.
Close that play down real quick as Dewey tried to follow Brooks. You'll see Brooks lead, and coming off, getting into it is, looks like number 7. He had a piece of him. Dewey tried to drag himself free, was unable to do so.
We've played one quarter here at McClary Field in Cheshire. Our score, Cheshire 7, Seymour 7. Welcome back, everyone, as the Seymour Wildcats begin the second quarter. A second down. A 2nd and 11 for the Cats in their own territory as Del Toro throws out over the center field to Sokolnicki, but he overthrew him badly on the second down play. Seymour struck first in this football game. Del Toro taking it in from 1 yard out. And just moments ago, it was Shanley hitting Justin Wilkes on a 60-yard scoring strike. And that's where we stand right now. We're even on our Cable 10 Sports Valley High School football game of the week. In your picture to the slot, in the slot that is the Sokolnicki, Billy Brooks goes in motion as Del Toro on a flat pass, complete and close to the yardage. Sonny Szynski on the reception, Fred Succi on the tackle for the Cheshire Rams.
Just throws it right out to Sokolnicki. Brooks on the lead. He kicks out right there at the top of your picture, and Sokolnicki comes behind him. Another block by DelJulius, and excellent job by Szynski getting very close to that first down yardage.
This is no time to gamble, however, so the Wildcats will punt the football away on 4th and 1. Sokolnicki is the punter. And Sokolnicki gets it off. Wilkes downed at the 35-yard line. by Chris Larkin.
Stramello is going to get credit for the tackle. Stramello here is going to go right by him. You see him, number 19, and then watch number 19 get back up and see who makes the tackle. Right there, Stramello comes right back into it with a great tackle. Justin Wilkes unable to get cranked up, and the Rams will take over on their own 36-yard line.
So a first down for the Cheshire Rams. We are knotted here in the second quarter. 7-7. Fullback is Benalio. Behind him is Corey Little, the tailback. On the option, that's Little with the football. He spins away from the tackle, midfield, down the near sidelines as he gets down to the 40-yard line before he's taken down by DJ Salzano.
Corey Little just outruns 2 tackles. The pitch man, or the man responsible for the pitch, both are up on the quarterback. You see Dewey playing the quarterback along with number 48, Billy Brooks, and both missed the tackle on the pitch, and Corey Little just takes off and puts on the Jets, cuts back right there, and Salzano comes over to make a game-saving tackle or a touchdown-saving tackle. An excellent run, but it's going to be brought back here as there's going to be a clip on the play. The Cheshire Rams are going to be backed up now 15 from the 36, so they'll be way down inside there, about the 21 or 22-yard line. Well, I'll be at the 26 because it was thrown at the 40 and it goes from the spot. Salzano with a great play. Excellent run by Corey Little as he got outside and put on the speed down this near sideline. Unfortunately for Cheshire, it's going to come back.
1st and 25 for the Rams at their 26. Shanley gives inside to Benalio. Benalio to the 30-yard line. Taken down there by Mark Primavera.
Brooks is playing head up the inside of the end. He just comes down and Dewey comes behind him. You'll see Dewey get a piece of him along with Primavera. Dewey down low, and then Mark Primavera, the junior, twin brother of Scott, gets a good piece of him, and they drag him down for a short gain. It brings up about a 16-yard, 17-yard second down situation.
2nd and 16 for the Rams. Football just outside their 30-yard line. In motion, that is Little. Shanley looking to throw. Gets it out to Justin Wilkes, and Wilkes is hammered down as he crosses the 35-yard line by Jeff Stramello.
It's a little bit of a roll here by Shanley. He tries to get outside, does a great job getting the ball to number 24, Justin Wilkes, who we know can run with it. Slides off a tackle, and then number 58 and Stramello for the Seymour Wildcats get in on the tackle.
Chris Thompson checks in at wide receiver for the Cheshire Rams. 3rd down, 3rd and 9. Give inside to Benalio. Benalio fights his way across the 40-yard line. It's going to be well short of the yardage needed for a first down. So it'll be a 4th down and a kicking situation.
They went into trips motion, just tried to get somebody to run out with the tailback. They didn't, and Benalio is dragged down after about a 4-yard gain, but it's going to force the Rams into a punt situation from their own 41.
Benalio is the kicker. Sonny Szynski. 30 and up to the 36 before he is dropped there by Justin Wilkes.
Going to have another flag thrown too right at the point where they have spotted the ball at the 35 and a plus yard line. Szynski will try and get to this near side. He'll run right into the camera and then try and turn the corner. Lutz misses him here, and then number 24 comes up and makes the tackle. And we've seen him all afternoon. That's the senior, Justin Wilkes. But Seymour, penalty, and it's going to be 15, which means it's a clip, and it's going to bring the ball down to the 20-yard line where the Wildcats will begin, right at the 20-plus yard line.
So 1st down for the Seymour Wildcats. We're tied here in the second quarter at McClary Field in Cheshire. Cable 10 Sports, our Valley High School football game of the week. The option. David Dewey getting outside, contained.
Bye-bye,
Dewey,
it's a foot race.
40, midfield, 40-yard line. Taken down by Justin Wilkes. Dewey had the corner.
Dewey gets a great block on the option. As you see, number 78, Chris Larkin, come out, and he is going to make a great block right here that allows Dewey to break back to the outside. And then it's a foot race between Dewey and Justin Wilkes, and Justin Wilkes just makes a great tackle right here. Reaches out, gets a piece of Dewey's left leg and drags him down. Not before Dewey picks up plus yardage over the 50, down around the 42-yard line. Excellent run, but a great job by Justin Wilkes. And Justin Wilkes has gone to the top of my list. He is an outstanding football player, and he has certainly put on a show here in the first half of football from McClary Field. Great athlete.
Justin Wilkes, coming into the season, buddy, was rated as one of the top defensive secondary players in the state. And he could also do it offensively,
He's
too.
going to make some coach in college very, very happy, because he can do it on both sides of the football. And it gives coach an opportunity to put a quality person on either side. He can do it all. He's a great young man.
The bottom of your screen, that is Scott Primavera. As we await the action in this football game. First down for the Wildcats on the big run by David Dewey down to this point. 42-yard line to Cheshire. First down, I formation. Inside handoff, Billy Brooks taking the Cheshire Rams with him. First down for Billy Brooks. Gets close to the 25-yard line. What a run by Brooks.
There are a few people trying to ride old number 48, and boy, he just threw them off. I think everybody had a shot at number 48, but he drags him forward for about 12, and another first down for the Seymour Wildcats, as he just came right up the middle and down the field.
Sokolnicki and Scott Primavera out to the right, and Szynski out to the left for the Cats. And a first down as the Cats are in business here. Handoff again inside. Again to Brooks. This time the Cheshire defense.
Looks like Sutherland and Slocum with a piece of him, as Brooks was dragged down for about a 2-yard gain that time. They got him low, and when Billy Brooks or anybody is tackled low, you're not going to get him.
Football is marked just outside the Cheshire Ram 25-yard line. Szynski this time out to the right side. In motion, that is Sokolnicki. And let's see if Del Toro goes to Sonny. Goes short. Brooks, 15-yard line. Hemmed in and brought down. Billy Brooks on the reception.
Brooks came out of the backfield. It's the third time we've seen this, as he just slides out of the backfield. Both guards go to the far side, and then the other guard comes back to protect for Peter Del Toro. He finds Brooks wide open, and he just rambles on down to the 15 before he is drilled right here by number 15, and it looks like number 14, Draper, and I wish I could give credit to the other young man who was low, but boy, he drilled him.
So it is a Wildcat first down, close to the 15-yard line.
A little bit of a mix-up on that one, as they tried to come with the option, and Del Toro was not sure of the handoff. He followed Billy Brooks right up inside to the line of scrimmage, not wanting to cause a turnover. Good decision-making that time on the part of the young quarterback, Peter Del Toro, to prevent the turnover.
And thinking back to last weekend against the Derby Red Raiders, Wildcats want to play things close to the vest, and they don't want to really make that mistake. Once again,
Deja vu. Wow, you don't want to see that ball on the ground, especially on this drive, as they move the ball very well after the Cheshire Rams were able to convert a big touchdown.
Brooks goes in motion on second down.
Wide open.
Brooks on the reception. Inside the 5-yard line goes Billy Brooks. It is another Seymour Wildcat first down.
Cheshire has decided not to cover him, as he just comes in a short motion. No one moves to pick him up. They just dump it over the end and right into that voided area, and Brooks just picks it, and he'll go down inside the 5 as number 83, David Mansfield, on the tackle, but not before he goes down to the 3-yard line. As you can see, the ball right on the 3.
First and goal for the Wildcats at the 3. Peter Del Toro, senior quarterback and tri-captain, calling signals. In motion is Szynski.
Dewey's going to lose a yard on that one. as Tommy Hines was in the backfield. They tried to run a little bit of a delay or a draw to the backside, this near side. You'll see them try and block down and then kick out. And right here, Dewey takes the football, and Hines is going to meet him right there at the line of scrimmage. That's 21, and then Hines behind him. 21 got the first hit for Cheshire, and that is Chris DiPaolo.
So it's a 2nd and goal, this time from the 4-yard line. Offset I formation. Del Toro on a quarterback sneak takes it into the end zone for the 2nd Seymour touchdown.
Cheshire is giving them a little bit of an opening. You'll see the opening in the middle, and Del Toro just reads it. The 2 guards are just stepping out, and the center is leading him, and he goes the 4.5 yards right into the end zone on that soft middle. 2nd touchdown for Del Toro on the quarterback sneak. Excellent drive, and it puts the Wildcats ahead 13-7 here with 4:09 left to go.
And Kippy Anderson's extra point effort is no good. It's wide of the mark. And as the teams come upfield, it is Seymour 13, Cheshire 7. We'll be right back right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to David McCleary Field here in Cheshire on our Cable 10 Sports Valley High School football game of the week. Buddy, the lights were advertised as the best in the Housatonic League, and I agree. Lights are good.
Lights are very good.
The freshman, Schultz, kicking off end over end, coming to Lutz. And Lutz is taken down at the 35-yard line. The initial hit by DJ Salzano.
Good coverage by Seymour. That's 24, the 6', 160-pound junior DJ Salzano will get the first tackle. Lutz brings the ball back to the 35, while the Rams will put it in play right in the middle of the field.
Well, the first time the Wildcats scored, the Rams came right back with the score.
Right back.
Let's see what they do.
60-yard touchdown pass.
3 wide receivers for the Cheshire Rams. Shanley wants to put it up. Swings it out and incomplete to Benalio.
After he releases the ball, Chris Larkin is going to put Shanley to the ground. Comes back, he just doesn't time up well to Benalio as he throws the ball out. Doesn't want to throw it backward because of the lateral and really out of the hands. Benalio never had an opportunity to catch that football. As you look into the Cheshire huddle, Shanley waiting for the play, and now down to the Seymour defense. Stramello and company looking to stop that Ram defense or offense and get the ball back for another crack at a touchdown themselves.
2nd and 10. Benalio goes in motion, single setback.
He's going right down the seam, number 10, Benalio.
Shanley, he could throw the football over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Lutz, and the coverage by Szynski.
Cheshire runs that play where they just get Benalio and just try and run him down the seam. They threw under to Lutz, but Benalio was 25 yards down the field as they came back to Lutz on that 2nd down play. Brings up a big 3rd down possession for Cheshire here, and they'd like to convert and take some time off the clock with 3:29 left to go before the end of this first half.
Football at the 35-yard line of Cheshire. Late stages, 3rd quarter. That is Corey Little in motion. And a straight handoff to Benalio. Benalio picks up 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 4th and 8.
It's the 2nd time they tried to run the trips and then to send the fullback on a 3rd and very long situation. Conservative on the part of Cheshire is they don't want to risk a turnover in their own territory. They're willing to punt the football and to let their defense come on the field and stop Seymour. We'll see what happens. Brings up that 4th down punt situation from about the 36.5-yard line.
Benalio to punt the football away. And he gets it off Sonny Szynski. Fair catch at the 30-yard line. And the Wildcats take it over again, leading by a score of 13-7. Reminder to our viewers that at the conclusion of the game, we'll be making the presentation to the Fitzpatrick's player of the game.
See if we can get that handshake and delivery of the plaque down. Last week was like Alphonse Gaston out there, Edward.
I don't know what you are referring to. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Cats have it again. They lead. They've looked rather impressive as Coach Paul Sponheimer's team has been ready to play this weekend. The pass to Billy Brooks, and Billy disgusted that he drops the football on first down as you look at head football coach Paul Sponheimer.
We've seen that play 4 times. It's the first time that Cheshire sends someone out into the flat with Billy Brooks. Again, the 2 guards coming to the near side, and number 73, Kip Anderson, to the backside, and you see Leach right on the back of number 48, Billy Brooks. Good coverage by Cheshire as it brings out a 2nd and 10.
Football just outside the 30. That is Goulet, who's now checked in offensively for the Cats. A screen set up. David Dewey, 40.
Not going to get him.
Midfield, 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Seymour.
There are 3 great blocks that allow David Dewey to do his magic or perform his magic. The first one is going to come right at the line of scrimmage that allows Dewey to step out of a tackle. Great job, excellent screen passes. Dewey is just going to slide out. You'll see him at the top of your screen, and then he'll just step behind the defensive end as he comes in, and then Del Toro will jump the ball or just drop the ball right here. And here comes the first block. He sidesteps here, and here comes a block on number 70 right there by number 58, it looks like, or 78, I'm not sure, Larkin, and that frees Dewey right down the sideline for the 70-yard touchdown. And Seymour has struck quickly here with 2:28 left to go in this second quarter. And Coach Adazio now has to look, try and get his football team back together. Enough time for a drive and possibly a score himself, but his football team now is backed up. They're down 20, 19-7 with the possibility of Seymour going for 2 points. As you see the score there now, 19-7 in favor of the visiting Wildcats.
So the Wildcats have tacked up their 3rd score of the evening. They lead it 19-7. See if they go for 2 in this situation. Yes, they will. Yes, they want to get to 21. 3 wide receivers, I formation. The quarterback is Del Toro, having a great evening. Peter rolling, looking out to the left side, all alone for the 2 points, Billy Brooks. The Wildcats clicking on all cylinders here at McClary Field in Cheshire.
Brooks is just going to sneak to the left as everyone is going to come right, and Cheshire, well coached, is coming with everyone. As you see at the top of your picture, the wide receiver dragging the corner. They're in man-to-man. Nobody was assigned Billy Brooks, or if they were, one of the linebackers just missed him. He slides off into the far side of the field, uncovered. 2-point conversion. It's 21-7 with 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to go in this half. And the Rams now have to do something positive here in this last 2 minutes and 28 seconds because they've had 2 touchdowns put up against them in this second quarter. Long drives by Seymour and big strikes here on this 70-yard touchdown pass from Peter Del Toro to Mr. Dewey. David Dewey, the senior 5'9", 164-pounder, who was the initial player of the week in our first game against the Shelton Gales.
Buddy, this is the first time I am seeing Cheshire. You've seen Cheshire earlier in the season, but they have shown a willingness to put the football in the air, so it's a part of their game plan.
They will run that, what is called freeze pass. There are 2 options off of it. The tight end will arc into the seam area, and they will run a kind of comeback on the outside, and then they'll slide the tight end out to the sidelines and then throw the fade route, which they've been very successful on, and they run that as a basic part of their package, and we'll see that more.
Kippy Anderson kicks off this time for the Cats, and that is Corey Little on the return for the Cheshire Rams on the far side of the field.
Good coverage as Little tried to go outside of the, or to the sideline. They did not run the middle return that time, tried to get him up to the sideline. Seymour was there and did a fine job bringing him down around the 31-yard line. We'll see if the Rams open it up a little bit. I think they'll stay with their basic offensive package. They feel very comfortable with it, and it gives them an option to do a lot of things out of that base offense.
A little bit over 2 minutes left in the first half. Seymour leads it 21-7. Inside handoff. Benelio running out of that fullback spot, picks up some good yardage on first down as he gets close to the 40.
Just the freeze, right away the dive. You see the quarterback step back, give the midline to the fullback. He comes right up with an excellent run before he is dragged to the ground by Brian Foster. But they will stay with their package. Coach Dazio believes in the offense. They practice it every day, and they will stay with that offense.
Second and short. Football at the 38. A loose ball, and Shanley alertly picks it up and makes something positive out of it as he advances it to the 40-yard line.
Shanley got his bell rung a little bit as he's getting up very slow. He drops the football again, the presence to pick it up, and then to make a yard and a half of positive yardage before he is dragged to the ground. But he is coming, he got whacked a little bit, and Cheshire taking the timeout with 1:29 left to go before the end of this first half.
And it was Lou Alawa that was greeting Jim Shanley at that point. Lou, a defensive tackle, 5'11", 244-pound senior.
Lou is in there spelling Julio DeVillis, the junior, and trying to get some people in for Coach Sponheimer. As it is a warm evening here, but gives his offensive and defensive people a chance to catch a break a little bit, especially when you're up 21-7.
Buddy, Coach Sponheimer during the week said to me, Ed, I don't know which Seymour team is going to show up against Cheshire. Is it going to be the team that played against Shelton, or is it the team that played against Derby? And so far, it's been that team we saw the opening weekend of the season.
I talked to Bobby Kello before the start of the game, and I asked Bobby how his kids reacted during the week, and he said very well. They were very positive. And the game was over. The Derby game ended Sunday right after they exited the locker room, as Coach Sponheimer talked about, and they're here this week. It's a week-to-week situation, and you've got to be ready to play every week.
Third and short, and Shanley has the first down and a loose ball, however. And it is the Wildcats football. Wildcats.
Edward, I'm going to tell you, number 12, Jimmy Shanley, gets cranked here as he gets the first down. He's straight up, and watch him get popped right there, and that's the ball that's coming right out as he got hit. Looks like number 2, Brian Foster, who'll get credit for causing that fumble. No question that the Wildcats recovered. They're inside the 45, down around the 42 or 43 with plenty of time, again, to get close enough for at least a field goal or to get into that end zone.
Dave Dewey falling on the loose football.
Seymour is out of timeout, so they are going to have to go and get the ball to the out-of-bounds spot to get that clock stopped, but they certainly have the horses, and there's the gentleman who's going to send those plays in, Bobby Kello. They've got the people in order to get it in. Watch here as the quarterback gets through, and then right there, right on the tackle is Brian Foster with a great hit against Jimmy Shanley, and it's a big turnover.
Back to live action, first down. Bill Brooks is in motion, and the Cats will go through the air. Del Toro throws it out. Incomplete down to the 20-yard line. It was intended for Szynski.
David Mansfield comes off the hash. They play too deep. They hit the receivers off the line with their coverage, and then they want their people coming off the hash. The ball is too high, and it takes too long to get there, allowing David Mansfield to do what he's coached to do, just come right off the hash. He almost had the interception. Great coverage by that Cheshire defense.
Football is at the Cheshire 43-yard line. Minute and change in the left in the first half. Bill Brooks in motion and second down. Dewey, 30, 25, a loose football, but I believe one of the Wildcats might have fallen on that football. Let's await the official's call. Dewey, a big opening. It is the Wildcat football.
Watch now, the linebacker's going to run out, and that's Leach. They did this before with Brooks, and then it frees up the area right at the linebacking spot that Dewey comes right over.
Well, let me
he
make
is
a
whacked by
correction.
Mansfield. David Mansfield caused that fumble, but it's covered by Seymour.
Buddy, correction on my part. That was Mark Primavera running the football for the Seymour Wildcats. And now the Cats have stopped the clock here as Del Toro just throws it out of bounds. 59 ticks left here in the first half. The Wildcats lead it 21-7 over Cheshire.
Some serious hitting going on out there as we've got a flag, and I think it's going to be against Billy Brooks. Tried to set himself after he went into short motion. I don't think he's going to get credit for settling for that 1 second before the snap of the ball, as you see the ball being marked back 5 yards against Seymour. They accomplished their goal, though, and that was to stop the clock with 59 seconds left to go here in this first half.
Football is at the Cheshire Ram 31-yard line. Wildcats want to put up another score before the halftime here. Wide to the right side out of your picture is Sonny Szynski. Let's see if Del Toro goes to Szynski.
He better stop or that's illegal also. Now he stops.
Del Toro pumps once. Now running the football, gets it out, incompleted pass as he goes to a safety valve receiver.
Excellent protection as Cheshire was unable to get through. Peter had a lot of time to throw the football as he stops. Watch Brooks right here. He's got to come to a stop because he was in motion when that line was going up and down to get set. He does come to a stop. Del Toro just drops back, unable to find a receiver, gets out of the way of a possible sack right there from number 70, and then just scoots away and throws the ball low as he tries to get the ball into the flat area. It brings up a big 2nd and 15.
He was throwing in the direction of Scott Primavera. 2nd down. Peter wants to put it up. Rolling now to the near sidelines. Now running the football. Now throwing short of the mark. Incompleted pass. Intended out of the backfield for Brooks at the 20-yard line.
And Eddie, we got to find out who number 70 is for Cheshire because that's Tony Candela, and he's done a great job of attacking. Watch as he'll go to the ground here, number 7. He loses his feet. Watch him get up, the presence of mind to get right back up, and now he's in a foot race with Del Toro, and he will run him down before Peter just unloads the football right there. Again, not a sack, but certainly a rush on that as Del Toro was forced to unload early with 42 seconds left to go, and a penalty against the Seymour Wildcats. Are going to move the ball back right back where they started at the 42-yard line.
You better mention Tony Candela because he happens to be the son of the director of athletics up here at Cheshire High School. And our thanks go out to Wayne Candela, who's helped us with the broadcast of tonight's game. 2nd and 20 for Seymour. Brooks.
Another penalty marker down. Brooks scampered ahead for about 7, and we're going to get a big hole against the Wildcats, and they are self-destructing in this drive as they've had an opportunity to move the ball. They've moved it, but their penalties have dragged them back. It's a draw play. Brooks will come right up the gut, picks an area to the left side of the center, and just scampers through before he's dragged to the ground, but it's going to be a holding penalty, and that's going to move it way back from the 40 to about the midfield stripe. As you see, Eddie Ardito, the referee, signal that it will still be a Seymour ball, but backed up 10 yards further from the spot of the infraction, the holding call against the Wildcats. As you look down that Cheshire sidelines, young men need to get in at halftime and to replenish that spirit that they have and to come back in this second half as they are down 21-7 to the Wildcats.
2nd and 29 yards for the Cats at midfield. And they give it to Dave Dewey on a little bit of a delayed handoff.
Another penalty.
And Dewey gets down to the 45, and still another flag.
Wow. Seymour should get it all out of their system right here. As Eddie Ardito, as you look at him, we'll see the call. It's going to go against Seymour again, and they're going to get backed up another 10 from the point of the infraction. Someone on that far side is not doing a good job of holding. They're getting caught every time as Dewey just tries to break through, and you'll see the flag come in right there from the far sideline. That's Jimmy Brennan, an outstanding official who has had those last couple of holes against the Wildcats.
So let's make it 2nd down.
Seymour's going to go 39. In. They're not going to play anymore.
Well, after amassing all those penalties, they just let the clock run down here in the first half. So we played one half of football here at McClary Field in Cheshire, and our score is Seymour 21 and Cheshire 7. We'll be back with the halftime activities right after these messages. Welcome back, everyone. Halftime at David McClary Field here in Cheshire. And on the center of the field, the Cheshire High School marching band. Our halftime score is Seymour 21 and Cheshire 7. Cheshire High School Marching Band entertaining the thousands of people here at McClary Field in Cheshire. Halftime score, Seymour 21, Cheshire 7. We'll be coming right back with the second half kickoff right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Cable 10 Sports, our Valley High School football game of the week from McClary Field in Cheshire. Under the lights. Lights are super here. Really illuminate the field. And the Seymour Wildcats have found them to their liking also. Brady Posick will be kicking off to begin matters here in the second half. Back deep for the Wildcats, Sonny Szynski along with Dave Dewey. Dewey with the football. And Dave Dewey on the far side of the field gets close to the 35-yard line. So the Wildcats on their first possession of the second half coming up.
Dewey will take the ball at about the 9-yard line, and then he just goes to the sidelines. Does an excellent job coming right up the hash, bringing the ball to about the 35-yard line as the Wildcats will begin this second half of football. Some of the pretty Cheshire cheerleaders on the near side.
Ball almost at the 35-yard line. David Dewey protecting the football, running. 45 midfield, down the far sidelines. 30, 20, 10. Put it on the scoreboard. The Seymour Wildcats. David Dewey. The first play from scrimmage in the second half. And the lights on one side of the field have gone out.
You're not illuminating that field anymore, Edward, as David Dewey just went down the far side, breaks the contain and just goes really almost untouched. The last opportunity, David Mansfield misses him. Candela on the chase, and the lights went out as maybe a significant key here. As you can see the scoreboard, 27 points for the Seymour Wildcats, and that may be a nail into the coffin as we're going to have to wait a while here for the lights to go back on. If they are the lights that take time to cool off and then to reheat, we're going to be a little while before we go back on the air. So let me turn it back to Mr. Clemens and to our truck to make a decision as to how long we go.
And the truck has told me that we say
sign right off here for a while.
We'll go to a break right now, a station break, Cable 10 Sports.
You're watching Cable 10, the community channel.
Welcome back, everyone, as the lights come on again here at McClary Field. And running it in for the 2 points on the conversion, Pete Del Toro.
Peter Del Toro just caught everybody flat-footed for Cheshire. Realistically, he took advantage of a situation. The lights went out, everybody hung around for about 15 minutes, and then Seymour came out with that wide huddle, and he just snapped the ball to Del Toro. He just ran it into the end zone for a quick 2-point conversion. 29-7 here, very early in this third quarter. It took Seymour only 35 seconds to put points on the board as David Dewey went 65 yards, breaking off tackle for the touchdown. As Dewey went in the end zone, the lights went out, and we're back now with this conversion, and we're ready to play football again here in Cheshire at McClary Stadium.
And Cheshire is in a deep hole with the Wildcats leading by a score of 29-7.
We're ready to go with a kickoff for Seymour. As we're playing musical chairs upstairs here, as Eddie Spotter is we're just switching chairs. Everybody is
My spotter left and another spotter jumped in.
Very loose up here in this press box.
Luke's on the return of the freshman Brian Schultz's kick. And the Rams will take over their first possession of the second half.
Looks like Brian Foster will get credit for the tackle. Number 2 there is Salzano, and then Brian Foster along with help from number 19, Jeff Stramello. There's the drag down Lutz right at the 35-yard line.
Okay. We've never had that before. One spotter stepped out, and the other one stepped right in.
He became the down man on the score clock, and the other one just stepped in here. We're just going for it.
First down, Cheshire's first possession in the second half. Shanley on the option, picks up a couple. Tripping him up first was Stramello.
Stramello, responsibility as a quarterback as Shanley comes down the line. Number 19 is right there. Szynski is playing pitch. Stramello with the tackle. No gain for the Ram, or I checked out about a yard for the Rams, and they're not going to get back into this football game with the run game. They're going to have to at some point get the ball airborne. They're down 29-7, 3 touchdowns plus here, and they've got to get something on the board.
Just outside their 35-yard line, second and long. Shanley on the option with some good yardage, and Shanley picks up the first down as he gets close to midfield. Finally taken down by Dave Dewey.
Coming in the option, the fake to the fullback to hold, and he'll just turn the corner. Stramello behind on the chase. You'll see David Dewey come off the block and make the tackle, and Seymour will be very happy to give that yardage up for the rest of the game. They're not going to allow him to break it, and they will just play contain and just let the time work for themselves. Right now they sit in the driver's seat.
First down for the Cheshire Rams. Shanley on the option, pitches out. Benalio is not going to be able to get to too much as the play is strung out to the near sidelines. Number 81, Sonny Szynski.
Again, the option, good crackback as they take Stramello down. Gets the pitch off just before he is corralled. That's Shanley, and then gets it outside to Benalio, and he's dragged out of bounds by Sonny Szynski and company after about a yard loss. Good job on containing. Szynski came up, played the pitch very well.
So a loss of 1 on the play, second and 11. Third quarter action here at McClary Field in Cheshire. A little bit of a mix-up, and Cheshire is forced to call a timeout. With a break in the action, we'll call our own timeout. Our score is Seymour 29 and Cheshire 7. Welcome back, everyone. Second and 11 for the Cheshire Rams. Shanley on the option.
Pass.
And a pass
Got him wide
downfield. Corey Little, 20-yard line, 10, and high steps into the end zone. Shanley pitched out to Benalio. Benalio threw downfield for number 40, Corey Little, at the 20-yard line all alone, and Little did the rest.
Benalio with a great throw to Corey Little. As you see the pass coming now on the option, the pitch from Shanley, and Shanley gets the ball out. Benalio just tosses it up to a wide open Corey Little, and he just takes it in stride at the 21 and goes into the end zone. Cheshire will try and convert 2 now. It's 29-13. It'll give Seymour something to think about right here as they come right back. You see Coach Adazio, great call on that timeout, as this will get the Cheshire Rams back into the football game, and it'll push that adrenaline level up a little for these young men.
On the option, Shanley running the football, and he gets in for the 2 points.
And that's a big,
quarterback, Jim Shanley.
Big 2 points now, because it draws them within 14, 2 touchdowns. They don't have to get that 2-point conversion. You'll see the option now as he comes outside. He's got his trail man with him, but Shanley just tucks it under his arm, and he will turn it up inside and make it into the end zone. Great run by quarterback Jimmy Shanley as the junior puts points on the board for the Cheshire Rams, and it brings the score to 29-15 with 9:31 left to go. And it's been an interesting third quarter. We've had 2 touchdowns, the lights go out, and the Cheshire Rams are back in it right here. Plenty of time in this football game.
And we might want to comment on what happened before the football game. The sprinkler system went off.
Well, we've had everything up here, Edward, and a credit to you as a professional to be able to handle all of these changes that have happened in the middle of this game.
We've had 2 spotters, one moved in,
One moved out.
one moved out.
I'll tell you, the time in which the lights were out, about 15 minutes, I'll tell you, it may work to the Cheshire advantage, because Seymour had time to sit over there and think about being ahead by 3 scores, and that possibly this game was over. and Cheshire comes right back with a touchdown. So we'll see how Seymour reacts on offense as they take this kickoff.
Posick, back deep. David Dewey inside his 10-yard line. Finally taken down by Devon Lutz for the Cheshire Rams.
Be an interesting series for Seymour on offense, as they've got to now at least put a couple first downs together and not give the ball back to Cheshire with good field position. As you see Dewey just come up the field. Good coverage by Cheshire, although Dewey does break a number of tackles before he's dragged to the ground. Looks like Little got credit for the tackle there, number 40 for Cheshire.
Football at the 23-yard line. First down for the Seymour Wildcats, up by 14 points. David Dewey is stacked up by the middle of that Cheshire defense.
Good job by that outside. Hines and Youngquist. Youngquist will get credit, it looks like, for the tackle. Number 21 there, playing off the block for Cheshire. That's DePaulo. Ties up David Dewey and drags him down for a yard loss.
2nd and 10. Del Toro throwing it out. It is
big
picked
turnover
off by the Cheshire Rams. Dave Mansfield picked off the pass.
Tip drill comes into play, and they practice it every week. Every football team, ball comes off the hands. It's going to be tipped. I think 21 is going to get the tip right here.
That's DePaulo.
And a ball tipped up in the air, and you'll see Mansfield come inside of Szynski, gets the turnover, and the Cheshire Rams are in business at the 29-yard line. And this has become a football game in the last 3 minutes after it looked as if Seymour had turned the lights out, both literally and figuratively, on the Cheshire Rams. They're back in it.
As Chernovitz waxes poetic. First down, 1st and 10 from the 29. Shanley throws it out to Benalio. Benalio wrestled to the ground, but not before. Good gain on first down by Sonny, the tackle by Sonny Szynski.
And Mr. Momentum has suddenly moved from the Seymour side of the field over here to the Rams. Excellent throw by the quarterback, Jimmy Shanley. Benalio takes it, and watch this right here as he says, I'm getting everything. Picks up an extra 3 as he goes airborne into Sonny Szynski. Another first down for the Rams as the ball is being spotted at around the 30, and we've got a penalty here. It has come out of nowhere. It's going to be an offside or procedure going against Cheshire, and it'll bring it back 1st and 15. You see referee Eddie Idito signaled that the Rams were not set or someone was in motion.
So the football brought back to the 34-yard line of Seymour. Third quarter action from McClary Field in Cheshire. We have a good one for you. The Cable 10 Sports High School Football Game of the Week. Shanley looking to throw. Gets it out there to Wilkes. To Benalio on the hook and ladder. And the Cheshire Rams are on the move.
Gotta love it here, folks, as the hook and ladder play that Seymour has hurt people with a number of times. Cheshire Rams come out, they pitch the ball out. A lot of roll is going to come from the receiver, outside receiver, and that looks like number 24 is just going to catch the football, and he will pitch it right to Benalio, and off to the races from Wilkes to Benalio. Throw from Shanley, and they're down inside right around the 21-yard line.
2nd and short, just outside the 20. A little bit of a mishandle between the center and Shanley, but he gets the pitch off to Benalio, and Benalio picks up the Cheshire Ram first down inside the 15, or at about the 15-yard line.
Stramello on the hit. Watch the ball bounce right out of Shanley's hands. Again, great presence just to get the football back and to be able to make the pitch as he's dragged to the ground. And watch Benalio just turn it up here. He is man running with possessed here as he's dragged down by Szynski, but not before they pick up that big first down at the 15, as Eddie said, and they are moving the football, and they certainly have that momentum on their side right now, and the crowd is back in it.
First down for the Cheshire Rams.
Bye-bye.
Shanley with a center of the line goes in from 15 yards out, and the Cheshire Rams have come within a touchdown of Seymour. Jim Shanley.
Shanley just goes into that soft middle that Seymour has given them, and he scampers 15 yards into the end zone, and it's 7:28 of this third quarter, and the Rams have put 2 touchdowns up on the board within 2 minutes and 3 seconds to get themselves right back in it. They convert here. They're 7 points down if they can get this kick through. And they are 7 down.
And Posick is an automatic for the Cheshire Rams, and he brings his team within 7 points of Seymour. Our score is Seymour 29 and Cheshire 22. And it wasn't too long ago in this football game that we thought that Cheshire was in deep trouble.
They were in deep trouble, Eddie, and a credit to Cheshire and to their program. They just turned it back on the Wildcats, and now they have put Seymour in a position where they have to start playing some football. This game is not over. When the lights went out, as we said, it looked as if Seymour had put it away. Cheshire has come right back with 2 very big touchdowns, one on a turnover, the other on an excellent, excellent play by Mr. Little, who just raced down the field on a pass from Benaglio into the end zone. And now Shanley with a 15-yard run, and Coach Sponheimer now and his troops have to just get it back in gear because they are caught in a dogfight here.
And of course, that last touchdown set up on after a Seymour turnover. Posick to kick the football away. David Dewey on a familiar sight this evening, taking the football back on the kickoff, and David advances it outside of his 20-yard line with a break in the action. Let's go to our weekly feature, Coach's Tips.
We're back in the training room with Tom Elwell. Today, Tom, let's talk about the purpose of heat.
Well, one of the questions I hear most often is, when do we go from ice to heat? And the answer is when the injury is no longer in the acute stage. And when the acute stage is over, the swelling subsides and the area is no longer feverish or warm compared to the other side. At that point, we use heat, and heat has some very good uses. First of all, it reduces muscle spasm. The heat relaxes the muscle. Secondly, it brings extra blood. It dilates the blood vessels in the area, and that can take away swelling from the area when the injury is no longer acute. Thirdly, the whirlpool pushes water up and massages the part that's injured, lower body parts. And the other thing is the whirlpool is excellent for exercising and stretching lower body parts.
Tom, again, thank you for inviting us into the training room. Amy's fortunate to have you on the staff, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the Cats have the football at their 23-yard line. I would think about now, buddy, that a long, sustained drive would suit the Seymour coaching staff just fine.
They need a couple of first downs strung together. They don't want to turn the ball over, and here they go on a mistake right away.
Sokolnicki had gone in motion, and that's going to go against Seymour. 5 yards marked off, going to be putting them in a 1st and 15 on the illegal procedure call. The football back inside the 20-yard line. 7 minutes exactly left here in the third quarter of play. Wildcats, 3 wideouts. The fullback is Brooks, the tailback is Dewey. In motion, Sokolnicki. Del Toro rolling. And advancing the football across the 20-yard line to about the 24 before he's knocked down by DePaulo.
DePaulo's going to chase the quarterback down. We're going to get a lot of running here by Del Toro, but he's only going to pick up a couple of yards on this as he drags forward to about 8 yards as he puts the ball away right here and then goes, almost avoids a tackle for a big play up to about the 24, 25-yard line. And one of the Cheshire players is down with leg cramps. You can see right there, number 21 for Cheshire, Chris DePaulo, who's done an excellent job all night playing at defensive end. Coach Adazio and the trainer right there with him needs to replenish some of those fluids, and he'll be back in this game. But leg cramps can be a problem. It is a warm night. It's not excessively warm, but certainly you've got to replenish those fluids, and that's one of the problems that we've seen all year in this early date with players with those leg cramps. He'll be back in a couple of plays.
Football at the Seymour 24-yard line. 2nd and 9 for the Cats. Dewey trying to bounce it outside. Dewey to the 30-yard line. A flag is dropped on the play. Dewey taken down by Jason Draper.
Boy, that flag scaled half the field. Looked like they were throwing rocks on a pond. Eddie Ardito with the throw. You'll see another one drop there. Everybody's going to get in on it. You're going to get some type of penalty against Seymour. It's a holding penalty, and that is going to put Seymour way back with a big second and long situation. Dewey comes and then breaks outside of the block right there, and someone in that pile is definitely on a hold. Dewey makes good yardage. There was the one scaled across the field, and the other one will mark the spot, and the Wildcats will be backed up to their 20-yard line with a big second and long as it comes from the spot, 10 yards back. Seymour again with mistakes. They have made them throughout the year. We saw last week the difficulty they had in trying to get the ball in the end zone after some good drives with turnovers and mistakes, and right now they're back to where they were last week, and they've got to get themselves out of it. They've got to get themselves some positive gains here with this second and long.
Second and 13 for Seymour, just outside their 20-yard line in third quarter action. Del Toro handing it off inside. That's David Dewey with a little bit of daylight, and Dewey crosses the 30-yard line before he's taken down by Jason Draper. Close to the yardage for a first down. Let's see if they call for a measurement.
Dewey comes back up and will break back over the middle with excellent yardage. He breaks away from a tackle by Brian Leach before he's dragged to the ground by Jason Draper. Very close, as Ed said, to that first down. We're going to get a measurement as out come the stakes. And this is a credit to Seymour as they have kept themselves together and very close. They're going to need another try to get that first down, but they've got third and short. After a couple of penalties, they've moved this ball close to that first down yardage, and they are getting some of that momentum that they've given back to Cheshire, back to their side of the field. As you look at a very, very aroused Cheshire group of fans who feel that they're back in with strike or within striking distance to win this football game.
Buddy, and honestly here, just a great crowd for high school football. Third and short. Let's see if Del Toro just takes it himself, and he does, straight ahead. And I would say his forward surge is going to be enough for that first down. Well, let's wait for the spot.
I think without a question, he's going to get the first down yardage as he moves. You see the stake has already been moved. Eddie Ardito signals. Good momentum and surge by that offensive line. You'll see Del Toro hasn't been brought to the ground yet as he continues, and he is still going in the middle of your picture, number 14, with adequate yardage for that first down.
First down for Seymour at their 34-yard line. Split backs now, Dewey along with Brooks. Bill Brooks straight ahead, taken down by Chris DiPaolo, defensive end, number 21.
Straight ahead attempt by the Wildcats to come inside with the trap. Brooks is dragged down for only a yard gain as the Cheshire front of Succi, Slocum, and Hines did a great job in closing that one down.
2nd and 9. Del Toro on the option, holding on to the football and taken down for a loss. Try to get outside. Eric Leach, co-captain, on the initial hit for Cheshire.
Linebackers are scraping off on that option. We're able to pick up quarterback Peter Del Toro as he tried to turn up. Brings up a big 3rd and 10 for the Wildcats as you look into their huddle now. Play coming in from Bobby Kello from the sidelines. This is a very big play in this football game with 3:55 left to go in this third quarter.
Let's see if they go to Sonny Szynski. Sonny Szynski out wide to the left side on 3rd and long. In motion. That is Brooks. They throw to the short man, Brooks, out of the backfield, broken up at the 40-yard line. Mansfield along the block first by DiPaolo, then Mansfield along with Draper also in on the coverage.
DiPaolo goes to a walkaway end, and he will drop as Brooks comes in motion and then just tries to turn up into the seam. You see right there DiPaolo playing Brooks. Brooks lets the ball come off his fingertips. DiPaolo right there on the coverage, and then Mansfield right behind him trying to get a second tip ball as Seymour's forced to punt here after that attempted completion.
Sokolnicki will punt the football away. Gets the snap from center and gets it downfield. That's Corey Little with the football. Little taken down, fine open field tackle by Mark Primavera.
Good job by Solkanicki on the kick, and then Little takes the football. Primavera with a good tackle, as Eddie just mentioned, drags him down, but not before he goes over the 40 to about the 43-yard line, in good field position for the Rams as they now try and get their third score of this third quarter. Both times they've touched the football in this third quarter, they put it in the end zone.
They have the football, excellent field position on the 43. Shanley running the option to perfection. Corey Little. The play is strung out by the Seymour Wildcats. Jeff Stramello on the initial hit for the Cats. A fine defensive effort, not allowing Little to get outside.
Someone is right in the face of the quarterback right here. That's number 78,
Chris
Larkin. Larkin forces the pitch, and Stramello comes off and will wrestle number 10, Benalio, down to the ground with help from Primavera. He picks up 1 yard, and it's a good job in containing that option. As you look at Stramello and company now with the 2nd and 8. Szynski on the outside at the corner, along with David Dewey, who comes over to help.
Football at the 45 of Cheshire, 2nd and 9 for the Rams. Shanley wants to put it up, flings it over the middle, incomplete, intended for Wilkes, and he was covered by Dewey.
Wilkes is going to come right out of his position at the slot back. You see him there, and he'll just curl up right in the seam, and then the ball is off his fingertips as David Dewey is right on his back for the tackle. Unable to hold on to it, and it brings up a big 3rd and 9 for the Cheshire Rams as Seymour's clinging to a 29-22 lead with 2:16 left to go here in the third quarter.
And I've got to think, buddy, that we've got the biggest tight end in the state of Connecticut now in for the Cheshire Rams. Big John Slocum, number 99.
He may be big, but you haven't seen Nathan Youngberg next week at Amity.
Shanley throws incomplete on 3rd down to Corey Little.
Not one of the better patterns that Cheshire has run tonight as they are running together on this throw. Really no opportunity to catch the football as it is well overthrown as they try and get Little into that fade route between the corner and the deep safety. Brings up a punting situation for the Rams, and Seymour will get the ball back with relatively good field position.
Benalio will punt it away. Fine punt. Good special teams by Cheshire. And Sonny Szynski calls for a fair catch at the 34-yard line. 2 minutes, 2 ticks left here in the third quarter at the McClary Field in Cheshire. And if you like offense, we have it for you. 29 points for Seymour, 22 for Cheshire.
An awful lot of big plays today, Edward. An awful lot of big plays, and that surprises me more than anything.
Brooks goes in motion. And Dewey to the center of the line behind Connors, Larkin, and Anderson. Slocum.
Straight ahead to Billy Brooks. Brooks, or David Dewey, excuse me, just trying to get over the tackle. You see Larkin there leading, trying to get them some positive yardage on a straight ahead dive. Brings up a 2nd and 8 for them.
Let's give the credit to, on the tackle, to Jason Draper. 2nd down coming up for Seymour as they go back to the I formation. Del Toro on the motion, on the option. Del Toro running the football. 40, midfield, down to the 40-yard line, cuts it back in. Down to the 30-yard line goes Peter Del Toro of the Seymour Wildcats.
Del Toro comes around the end and reads his key. There is no defensive end to put any pressure on him, and he will turn it up the field. His pitch man, David Dewey, will stay with him down the entire sideline. 73 coming around the corner. Anderson frees him, and you'll see out the outside right there is David Dewey staying right with him. 24 for Cheshire Wilkes does not make the tackle, and then 83 along with help from DePaulo finally dragged down Peter Del Toro, but not before he brings the ball down to about the inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line, and it looks as if one of the Cheshire players again is down with leg cramps as they are trying to straighten that out. But a great run by Peter Del Toro, able to turn the corner again. No one was on the quarterback David Dewey stayed with him all the way. Del Toro could have pitched the ball at any point, chose to keep it, and gets down to the 30. Great run by Peter Del Toro as he has been able to turn the option up a number of times tonight in this football game and gotten positive yardage for Seymour. Leg cramps are a son of a gun. If you've ever had them, you know what it is, because once you get them, it's tough to get rid of them, and it is a plaguing thing that will bother you throughout the entire night. It's not easy to replenish those fluids all at once, and it can be a haunting problem as you go through the night, and Cheshire is suffering that right now. You see the young man in the middle of your screen getting back up, but still with that nagging pain, and it's impossible to run. That's
Chris
the Paulo
DiPaolo
again. We saw him go out earlier with that cramp, and he's back again, and he'll be out for a play, and I guarantee he'll be in within 1 or 2 plays, as Cheshire right now has to get the best 11 on the field. They do not want to give Seymour a touchdown. The momentum has turned to their side. Seymour trying to take that away from them. Getting into the end zone. They're 7 points ahead at this point in the football game with 1:16 left to go in the third quarter. Boy, Edward, I just talked forever on that one, huh? You got to help me out on that. I got to shut up once in a while.
First down for Seymour, down at the 29-yard line of Cheshire. We're deep into the third quarter of play at McClary Field in Cheshire. Pete Del Toro gives it inside to Brooks. Benalio on the tackle up from the secondary.
I know that Seymour upstairs, their spotters are saying, hey, when you give the ball to Brooks, there's nobody on Del Toro. Watch as the ball is given inside, and Del Toro comes out around the corner, and there is no one there. Everybody is playing on Brooks. They take him for about a 2-yard gain, but I guarantee you're going to see Del Toro come around the corner with the football in 2 or 3 plays, because they have got to, as Brian Leach is coming off here, you've got to contain that quarterback, and that's something that Cheshire has not been doing.
Brian Leach, wrong sport. Eric Leach.
Well, I was close. I had the Leach right anyway, huh?
Wrong sport. Under 1 minute to go here in the third quarter.
Maybe if I get Brian's name on enough, he'll give me a ticket to the Ranger game. What do you think?
There's always an angle with you. Clock is moving. 2nd and 8. Pete Del Toro rolling, looking to throw downfield, has a receiver out there. It is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Sokolnicki at the 10-yard line. Justin Wilkes on the coverage for Cheshire.
Sokolnicki had the ball go right through his hands, although he was extended. You see the guard again, Larkin, just come to protect Del Toro on the boot. Peter throws the ball, and Sokolnicki is airborne and unable to bring it down around the 7 to 8-yard line. It brings up a big 3rd and 8 for the Wildcats.
Third and 8 for Seymour. High formation. On the option, Del Toro running the football.
Going to get a fumble, and it's going to be recovered by Seymour, as again we said they're going to come with that option because Cheshire has chosen not to defend the quarterback. The dive inside is holding the linebackers right here to Brooks on the belly. Again, Anderson on the lead with the option, and Del Toro just turns it back up inside. He is going to be close to first down yardage before he's dragged to the ground. And there, as he went down, you saw the ball pop out of his hands as the third quarter has come to an end.
And our score at the end of 3 quarters of play, Seymour 29 and Cheshire 22. Welcome back, everyone. Well, as we begin matters here in the fourth quarter from McClary Field in Cheshire, here is the situation. Football is resting at the Cheshire 23-yard line. The Cats have a 4th and 3. They have a 7-point lead. And Peter Del Toro on the option, pitches to Mark Primavera. Primavera is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage, making the initial hit. Chris DiPaolo
may get some help here, as DiPaolo is going to get credit for the tackle along with help from the outside corner. We'll see what this penalty is. And it is a face mask, and it's going to go against Cheshire. It is going to be a first down. And the Wildcats are going to keep possession as the ball will come down inside the 15-yard line. As you see right there, the hand on the face mask. There's no question DePaulo grabbed it before number 55, Jason Draper, dragged him to the ground. And Jimmy Brennan right there. There is no doubt about the face mask. The ball will come down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line for the Seymour Wildcats. And Coach Adazio knows that that could be a big, big play in this football game.
1st and 10 for the Cats. As Brooks moved to that offset position in the eye, flags drop. Let's await the call. And it's going to go against the Wildcats. There might have been movement on that offensive line, too. Buddy, here are some statistics as we first of all get a look at the replay.
See if we can pick up the movement. It looks like
there's the movement.
Left tackle. No question about the movement there.
Del Toro through 3 quarters, 6 completions out of 10 attempts for 153 yards and 1 touchdown. He's run the football 10 times for 85 yards, and he has scored twice. And the first down the carry goes to Dewey off the left side, and Dewey is stacked up by the interior of that Cheshire defense led by Big John Slocum. 6'7", 290-pound junior defensive tackle.
Dewey comes on the wind back, and there's a whole crew inside. I don't think Slocum gets first hit. He's certainly on the wraparound, but looked like 55 Jason Draper with the first hit for the Rams. Slocum ended up just jumping in there and getting that 6'7"
Well, I'll tell you what,
frame
buddy,
on
when you're 6'7",
camera.
290,
Tough to miss.
I'm going to call his name.
You're right.
Del Toro completes it out of bounds on the far sidelines. Sonny Szynski on the reception.
Szynski with the turnout right in front of Mansfield as Del Toro will just drop and pitch the ball. You'll see the outside receiver just turn to the sidelines. Excellent throw and catch. And you'll see Mansfield come right up and play him. Picked up half the distance they need, but they're still third in about 4 yards for that first down. Inside the 10 now.
Split backs for the Cats. Del Toro. Inside handoff. Bill Brooks, the fullback, stacked up at the line of scrimmage, does not want to go down, and we're going to have a 4th down situation. Give the initial credit, the initial hit to Jeff Youngquist, junior
big play
end.
as Seymour, I think, is going to take a timeout. This is a big decision. 3 points would go a long way to putting them in the driver's seat in the last 10 minutes and 16 seconds. Touchdown obviously would do that also, but they need at least 1 point on this to keep themselves from either being tied or beaten. And big decision as the Wildcats are going to take that timeout to talk it over.
Ball is just outside, resting outside that 5-yard line.
They went with a field goal early in the first quarter, Eddie, and didn't make it. That may help Coach Sponheimer make the decision as they're 4th down from about the 5-yard line and got to go inside the 2 as you see part of the moon in this beautiful facility here at Cheshire. And a very, very large crowd of Cheshire supporters along with the far sidelines. The Seymour people have followed their team down from the valley and are right now sitting on pins and needles as the Wildcats make a decision as to what to do here on 4th and about 4 yards to go from the 5.
Wildcats break the huddle. 10-16 remaining in the football game. Primavera now in a tailback, the up back. The fullback is Brooks. In motion is Goulet. Del Toro throwing it out to the left side, incomplete. Peter was under a rush, and the pass goes incomplete.
They tried to come back with sliding Brooks into the far flat as Brooks tried to wind his way through. He'll come over now. You'll see him right there fake, and then he'll slide to the far side. Del Toro just can't get the ball back. Excellent pressure by Jason Draper as he was wide open. Brooks was. There you see him not able to get back to the football, and that's a big, big defensive play by the Cheshire Rams as they'll take the ball over at their own 5-yard line. And all they need is a touchdown, an extra point to tie it, a touchdown and 2-point conversion to put themselves in the lead, but they're 95 yards away from that.
Give to the tailback. Bonalio with the football. Don Bonalio on the far sidelines, running the football. to the 45-yard line before he's taken down by Sonny Szynski. So from the 5-yard line, Benalio in one swoop brings it out across the 40-yard line.
Picks up 40 yards right away. That cuts it almost in half, that 95 they need. It's a foot race, Szynski and Dewey drag him to the ground, but not before Benalio. Donald puts the ball down on the Cheshire 45-yard line. Excellent run by Donnie Benalio out of that fullback spot for big yardage, and or tailback spot now. He's back into that tailback spot with number 21 for Cheshire, Chris DiPaolio, playing the fullback spot, and the Rams with an excellent first play on that drive.
Benalio has been running out of that fullback spot almost exclusively in the football game, now at the tailback spot, and in front of him, DiPaolio.
Eddie, that opens up for Cheshire a number of options with their offense. Backed up at year 5, there are a lot of things you don't want to do with the football. Out at midfield, you can open your package up and throw the football, come with that option. You're not afraid as much about the pitch or the turnover as you get out to this area of the field, and we'll see how now Cheshire attempts to attack that Seymour defense.
First down for the Cheshire Rams at their 43-yard line. Benalio, straight handoff. He is buried under the pack there. Leading the charge for Seymour, Jeff Stramello.
Straight inside, and the 2 down tackles for Seymour are going to get a piece of Benalio on the blast play. You see number, looked like the Julius right there, along with help from Stramello. 2-yard gain as it's right at the 45-yard line for Cheshire.
2nd and 8. On the option, Shanley. Benalio, and Benalio gets to midfield, crosses midfield before he is taken out of bounds by Salzano.
He will outrun a tackle from number 58 here as he slides off, tries to get the pitch. Benalio will just turn up, good face or stiff arm as he turns the corner before he is driven out of bounds, but he'll pick up about 7, and again, one of the Cheshire players down with those leg cramps, and I'm willing to bet it's number 21, DiPaolio again, who is down on the far side, and you see in the center of your picture. Big play here for Cheshire because they are not necessarily in 4-down area, nor is the clock dictated yet that they're going to have to go on 4th down, so it's going to have to be pretty close for them to go for this. They would probably punt the football for field position and hope that their defense can contain Seymour and get him the ball back. There's a lot of time, 9:18 left to go on this clock, and they've got to make close to that 1st down yardage to go for it on 4th, I would bet.
Buddy 58 for Seymour, playing linebacker, sophomore, Kevin Hoffman, 175-pounder and at 6 feet. Kevin Hoffman, number 58.
And I'm wrong, it's not DiPaolio that's down because he's sitting or standing in that fullback spot in the huddle, so it's another one of the Cheshire players with those leg cramps.
This might be a good opportunity to thank the two young men, as I get my tongue untied here, the 2 young men who have spotted for us up here in the press box at Cheshire High School. Starting the game at spotter was Robbie DeWilder, and jumping in rapid fashion and unexpected fashion. We appreciate the efforts of both young men. The second spotter, and sitting in that spotter's chair right now, Mark Candela. And Mark happens to be the young son of the athletic director here, Wayne Candela, up here at Cheshire High School.
Wayne changed hats a couple of years ago when he took over for David McCleary. Used to be involved in the coaching aspect of the football game, and coming off the field is number 75 for Cheshire, and that is the tackle for them, Tommy Hines, senior, with those leg cramps, and I guarantee he'll be back within another play or two as the Cheshire Rams need a 1st down right here with a 3rd and short, trailing by 7 points. 9:18 again left to go in this 3rd quarter, or excuse me, in this 4th quarter of football.
3rd and short. Football at the 49-yard line of Seymour. Seymour leads at 29-22. Benalio for the 1st down as he gets across the 45-yard line. Taken down in the secondary by Scott Primavera.
Cheshire jumped into their short yardage wishbone. 2 lead backs just straight ahead blocking, and Benalio just off the left tackle for excellent yardage and that big first down before he is pushed to the ground. But that is a big first down, as Cheshire now inside of Seymour territory at the Seymour 45 with an excellent drive started on their own 5-yard line. The big run by Don Benalio of 40 yards, and they're back in business out of the eye.
Lutz out to the left side. 3 wide receivers in all. The give is to Benalio out of the tailback spot. And Donald slides 5 yards forward to the 40-yard line. Tripped up first by Stramello and DeVillis. Eight minutes and 21 seconds, and the clock is ticking off here at the McClary Field. Second down. Shanley on the option, cuts it back in, and Shanley picks up 4 yards on the second down carry.
Shanley will just duck the option to the outside. Stramello chasing him down, gets a piece of him, but Shanley turns it up. Actually, Stramello will get credit for the tackle as Shanley turned it up, unable to keep his feet, but he picks up, again, enough yardage to make it 3rd and short, and we'll see if they go back to the bone or stay in the eye. They're going to come in the eye as it's 3rd and short here for the Cheshire Rams.
At the 38-yard line of Seymour. Benalio picks up the first down off the left side. Stramello again on the tackle for Seymour.
Cheshire is doing a great job of just running their base offensive package and just driving Seymour back off the football for 3, 4, 5 yards. As you'll see Benalio break to this near side. He follows the fullback and sees an opening right here. He cuts back off tackle, picks up the first down yardage inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line.
First down for Cheshire, I formation. Shanley looking to throw as a receiver out there. It is caught for another first down inside the 20-yard line on the far side of the field. Salzano on the coverage and Wilkes on the reception.
Again, the little voided area between the back playing on the hash as Jimmy Shanley just puts it right in over the outstretched arms of Salzano and in front of Peter Del Toro, who's back there playing the corner for another big first down at around the 16, 18-yard line of the Seymour Wildcats. And the Rams with a great drive started at their 5, and they're moving the ball.
I formation on first down. Shanley throwing the football. It is tipped and out of bounds. Incomplete on first down.
That's the little comeback route out of the freeze pass that we mentioned earlier in the first quarter that they would use. They've used that tonight. Fullback inside to hold the linebackers. Tight end tries to get down the field, and here we go with the throw. Ball is tipped up into the air and out of bounds as he was a wide open receiver, unable to bring it down. And that was Justin Wilkes, but a 2nd and 10 right at the 18.5-yard line.
Wilkes goes out to the right side. Shanley on the option, running the football, picks up his 3 to 4 yards as he slides inside the 15, taken down by Salzano. Checking into that huddle, Devon Lutz. And coming out of the football game, Chris DiPaolo. Lutz out to the left side. In motion, that is Benalio. 3rd down. Shanley looking out to his left side, off the fingertips of Wilkes, and defended by Dewey and Mark Primavera.
Coming into your pictures, Benalio going to the trip set. Inside him is Lutz. Lutz will just slide to the flat. The ball is going to go off his fingertips right here and bring up a 4th and about 6.5 to 7 yards. Cheshire with a timeout. This is a big play coming up here for the Rams and for that Seymour defense.
And before this big play and our score, Seymour 29 and Cheshire 22, we'll take our own timeout.